Yo, 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 welcome back to another podcast here on Life with Coffee podcast. It's your boy AB again, back at it with another episode. I hope you guys are enjoying your day, whatever you're doing, wherever you're viewing this or hearing this. I hope you like it, man. I put my heart and soul into this content. Nah, maybe not that much, but I put my time and effort for sure into this content. It's just something I enjoy, and I hope you enjoy it too. So, if you haven't already followed me on Facebook, Spotify, uh, YouTube, go ahead and do so. I didn't used to have YouTube, but I just barely incorporated it. So I wanted somewhere to store my videos because I didn't know if not everybody has Facebook. And so if somebody wants to view my video podcast, not everybody can view it on Facebook. So I decided I had already had a YouTube, but it was more of a private thing. So I decided, you know what, to expand the podcast platform or my podcast footprint. So now not only am I on Facebook and Spotify, but you can find me on YouTube as well, as far as the videos are concerned. But yeah, if you haven't already, go follow and like the pages, please. Show your boys some support. Um, if not, then at least share it or comment and say that you don't like it. But let's see. Let's get it done. Let's. You know what? Today I'm going to jump into this today's subject. So this I had seen this on social media, and if you're watching this, I'm sure you might have already heard about it. If not, then this is news to you, right? But I seen on social media something went viral, a post about, if you don't know the R&B artist Chris Brown. He a very good artist, obviously, and he's been around for a while. He's been doing rap, singing, whatever since he was 16, and he's been a hit, and he's made many hits, and he's done a very good job, very very well from himself for himself in the industry. But so what he does, or what he offers the opportunity to his fans whenever they buy a ticket. He offers the opportunity to have a VIP meet and greet session. And in these sessions, he offers the opportunity to take a photo with him. I guess he really loves his fans, and he wants to give his fans their money's worth. So obviously, a lot of his audience is going to be women, especially at his concerts. So the women will go, they take a photo with him, and I don't, this is where the controversy comes in. I don't see that there's anything wrong with taking a photo with Chris Brown. These women will take poses in promiscuous positions, in funny positions. Even men have are seen taking pictures with him, and I believe like the price range is like 1,000 and up for that VIP ticket session, whatever. Anyways, so I saw this post go viral about this girl. She took it to social media, that the pictures of her and Chris Brown came about. When her boyfriend saw them, he decided to break up with her. And so from there, it started a spark in controversy. What a lot of people are saying is that they are bashing the guy again. Men get bashed for the most outrageous things, but here it is. This is the point here. So they're bashing the man because they're saying, what's his deal? Like, why is he so controlling? Why is he trying to control the girl and her picture with Chris Brown? What does it matter? Like, he should love her. He should be secure of himself. It's giving insecurity vibes that he is controlling, and I don't know, right? Like, whatever people want to title or label it as, that's what they're doing. And my take, people are bashing him for setting his boundaries, dude. To me, I don't see nothing wrong with him setting his boundaries. I on the post that came out that I've seen on Facebook, on the post it shows a picture of a girl and Chris Brown hugging this girl from behind, and their bodies are very obviously like touching in proximity, and it's a photo that looks like it would be a boyfriend girlfriend type of photo. Otherwise you wouldn't. Otherwise, any other man touching a girl like that would be called inappropriate, especially if she's in a relationship. But that's the part that women seem to not get, is that part they are seen as, oh well, there's nothing wrong with it. She's doing what she wants. It's a once in a lifetime thing. It's a celebrity crush. Not everybody gets to meet their celebrity. I get it, right? I get all that. If I'm sure we all have celebrity crushes, and I'm sure that there's uh some limits that we would go to as far as meeting our celebrity crushes. And if we met them, we would be crossing some limits if the celebrity crush allowed us to. We all have a celebrity crush, right? But the thing is that my point, and I think a lot of men's point out there, is that this woman is in a relationship and she wants to be taking a picture with a man, hugging her, embracing her as if that was her man. I don't. To me, I don't care how much you spent. I don't care if it was $1,000. I don't care if that's a once in a lifetime deal. I don't care if that's the U.S. president or the leader of the world, dude. At the end of the day, if you are in a relationship, you need to act as such. And this is where I believe that kind of like some of my content and some of my previous podcasts have noted, is that women these days are different. And maybe not just women. The dating scene is different. And so the issue that we're having here is that people no longer know how to respect their relationship. Women nowadays have this illusion that with social media, they have options. It's an illusion of options. Now or before, maybe she can go out by herself to the mall before social media. She can go and get hit on by so many guys, but still be faithful, or so many guys were still gonna approach her if she's by herself. But now it's that times 100, because if a woman has her footprint on social media, and if she's not showing off her man or establishing or making it affirmative that she has a man in her life, if she's posting pictures of her as single or looking to be single or in the atmosphere of singleness, men are going to approach virtually. Hence comes the DMs, the messages, things like that. So in this era, a lot of women have this illusion that they have options, that if this guy in front of me that loves me does not treat me right, guess what? I have all these guys in my DMs willing to treat me right. But that right there is the illusion, because men are men. And at the end of the day, 95 probably percent of those men in your DMs are not going to be willing to treat you right or put up with you. That's just a final truth there. What they want is nothing but physical. After they're done, they don't want to invest time in you. That's why it's an illusion. So back to this point of what we're talking about here, this whole viral post. So people are getting mad because this guy, the way I'm going to describe it, this guy chose to set his boundaries and say, that's something I'm not going to put up with. I don't care how much you paid, babe. I don't care if he's Chris Brown, if he made a song for you. I'm your boyfriend. You're my girl. I'm your man. No other man should be hugging you or touching you like that except me. And this girl over here crossed that line. We don't know the ins and outs. We don't know the details. Maybe they spoke about it before it happened and she disobeyed, in a sense. It sounds wrong saying that, but disobeyed. Or maybe he just, plot twist, maybe he was just looking for any reason to go and cheat or break up with her so he already has a girl on the side waiting for him. I don't know. There's all kinds of details in this play. Maybe they didn't speak about it. Maybe he said, yeah, it's okay if you do that, and then switched it up because maybe his family was like, that's not right. You shouldn't let her do that. There's all kinds of things that could be the details of that scenario or situation. But from what we assume here, outside looking in, everybody that's seen that post or has seen that post, from what we can assume is that that's more likely what happened, is that he got mad that Chris Brown was holding her a certain way. He didn't like it. He broke up with her. I don't see how that's wrong. Let's say the roles were switched and reversed, and a guy was like posing with one of his celebrity crushes in an inappropriate manner. And she decided to break up with him, and he took it to social media saying, "Oh my god, my girl broke up for over something dumb." All kinds of women will be bashing him, saying, "You need to love your queen, you need to treat her right, you need to hold her to a high standard, and you can't be doing that. That's why men are dogs," and bashing him, right? And then you got the men that are, "Oh my god, my girl's so right." They stand behind women. They're like men feminists, and they're like, "Oh my god, yeah, you should not do that." And then blah, 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 yeah, that, yeah, whatever, right? People would be bashing the man if it was the roles reversed, but because the roles are not reversed and it's a man that's setting his boundaries and saying, "I'm just not going to put up with that. Bye. I'm going to go look for someone else." Like, how is that wrong? I don't see. It's so wild to me how people see something wrong in that scenario when I don't. And what's even more wrong to me is how people have the audacity to bash this man over his boundaries. And it's like, why? Why do women get to set boundaries, but as soon as a man comes in and starts setting boundaries, it's misogynistic, it's machismo, it's giving controlling vibes, it's giving insecurity. Like, why, as soon as a man says, "I don't like this," does society say you're not allowed to say what you like or don't like? And that's why we got a growing um, a growing system of red pill men, is what they call themselves. Podcasts and TikToks and videos of men explaining or viewing life the way that I'm explaining it to you in this podcast. And men that just have boundaries. They're very strict, very reserved, conservative. They like the way the old school aspect was, the roles of how a man should be and the roles how a woman should be. And I believe that the illusion of social media, the illusion of women believing that they have options, is where it's really taking a spiral downhill for relationships. At the end of the day, you don't have options. You only have as much options as the people that you interact with personally on a physical level. In your radius, those are your options. The men that you see at work, the men that you see at the gym, those are probably your options. Those are probably the ones that want you. But the ones in your DMs, those don't want you. Those don't they don't care about you. They see the pictures that you advertise on your Facebook. They see the pictures that you advertise on your Instagram, on your stories, and they like what they see. And if you're showing some skin, they want a piece of that. And men are going to be men. As they say, men are dogs, and they're going to go after what they want until they can get it. And then once they're done using it, boom, on to the next. And there goes a single baby mom mad about her situation because she thought she had options, because she thought one of these guys in her DMs was going to treat her better than the guy that she already had. That's what I'm talking about, man. And back to this point is, this man setting his boundaries seems to have sparked such controversy, such negative feedback towards him. A lot of people were saying, well, it's a once in a lifetime thing. He needs to take a chill pill. It's not that serious. You're right. It's not. It's really not that serious if we think about it. But if that's his boundaries, if that's that man's boundary and it's serious to him, why is that a big deal? Why is that a big deal? I get it. Once again, I get it. It's a celebrity crush. It's a once in a lifetime offer. You don't get to meet someone like that. They didn't do anything intimately, physically like that. It was just a picture. Maybe it was an innocent pose. But at the end of the day, if a man says no, then on what he doesn't like or what he doesn't want, then it should be like that. Just as a woman in a relationship should be respected on her values and her what she sees. If she says no, I don't feel comfortable with you talking to that girl. I don't feel comfortable with you having that girl best friend. A lot of women would stand behind some sort of values and core views like that. The second a man crosses that, oh, he was red flags to begin with. Oh, he's all about himself. He's very selfish. Didn't care about you, boo. Yeah, it's so one sided. It's so it's astonishing. It really is. That's what I can say about this. It's just really astonishing. And But I will say this: I think more men need to stand on business the way that man did and set their boundaries like that. Because when we start setting our boundaries in our relationship, that's how we establish ourselves as men, as the leader of the relationship in your family or in your relationship, whatever it may be. If you have kids and things like that, that's where you have to become a leader. Women want to be co-pilots. They want to be equal in this family dynamic and in a relationship. And unfortunately, it's not like that. There is no equality as far as the roles that need to be played. As human beings, as a human being, right, and what we deserve and what we want and should have, we're all equal. But as far as roles, there's roles to be played. There's a role just like in the game of basketball, um, in the game of football, in the game of baseball. Everybody has a role to play. The quarterback can't be playing the center line role. The quarterback can't be playing the defensive role. He has to play his role of throwing the ball. That's what he was meant to do. That's what he's been trained to do. That's what he needs to do. Does that make him any better than anybody else on the team? It takes a team to make it to the top spot. Everybody's equal as far as being humans, but not everybody's equal in their roles. We all got a role to play. And as men, I believe our role is to take up our leadership, to take up our stance in guiding our women, in guiding our children, our sons and our daughters. That's what it is. That's what it means to be a man, is to make the hard decisions in life, to make the decisions that nobody else wants to make, and to make the decisions that might hurt a little bit, that might sting a little bit. I believe we need to follow that type of lead and set our guidelines, set our boundaries in our relationships, and say, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. And even if we're going to get backlash for it, even if women are going to hate us, even if men feminists are going to disagree with us, I believe that's how we see relationships grow. That's how we see relationships last in the long run. That's how we see kids grow up to see their dads as leaders and their moms as nurturers. I believe that's how we see more of the nuclear family. If a man just takes up his role and sets his boundaries at work, at home, in life, we have to set our boundaries. And don't let the world tell you that it's wrong, that you're misogynistic for it, that you're bad, that you're controlling. You got to do what's good for you at the end of the day. And I think that a lot of men get overlooked. A lot of men, we are seen as we shouldn't have options, that we shouldn't be able to set boundaries, and that we're such bad guys. You know, another thing to talk about, maybe this is for another podcast, but, you know, women, it is for another podcast, but just to touch real quick, if you haven't seen the whole topic of the man and the bear and who the woman would choose, there's a whole topic on that. And we'll get to that in probably another podcast. But the thing that is astonishing is that women will cry and say that men are so scary and say that they fear for their lives, that they can't walk at night by themselves, and so on and so forth. But the ones that you call when you're stuck on the side of the road, a lot of the times the person you're going to call is going to be a man, a dad, a friend, a boyfriend, a cousin, a brother. A lot of the times you're going to call a man to your rescue. The plumbers that come in and fix your place when something's leaking, or whoever, usually it's a man. The maintenance people at your living facility, or someone who comes and just maintenances your house that you pay for, more likely a man. The ones that pave the roads and build the skyscrapers, a lot of the times are men. The ones that go and do the work that are unseen, such as the sewage work and doing the dirtiest jobs out there, a lot of the times are men. And I just really think this whole he versus she wars and this wars of the gender, they need to stop. We're all equal as humans, but we all have a different role to play. A woman needs to live her life as a woman, and a man needs to live his life as a man. This is not touching the topic of transgenders and the LGBTQ community. That's a little bit different. But if we're speaking on the general aspect of relationships and family, man has roles to play, and so do women. But you know what? I'm gonna end it right there. Like I said, I think that's that bear and man woman topic. That's gonna be the next podcast episode, and we'll get into that for sure. But once again, go like, follow, share Life with Coffee podcast on Spotify, on Facebook, and on YouTube now. And you can go check out all the videos there. You can check out the content. Once again, follow, like, and share on Facebook as well. Life with Coffee podcast on Facebook, and Life with Coffee podcast on YouTube. But yeah, thanks again for tuning back in, guys. I hope you guys stay safe. Tomorrow is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all my men. Happy Father's Day to all those good daddies that do it day in, day out, the ones that work hard, that don't ask for thank yous. They don't expect any gifts in return. We never expect anything from our kids or anything from our girls or wives, whoever, but we still make it happen. And they're just thankless. It's a thankless role to be a dad, but you're killing it out there. And if you're a good daddy, keep on doing you. Be open to constantly learn, and be open-minded to constantly grow as a dad, as a man. Thank you. Thank you for being a good dad. Thank you for teaching your son and teaching your daughters what they need to know for this life. Thank you for making those hard decisions and those sacrifices that you do as a dad. Thank you to all the daddies. Happy Father's Day. Once again, Life with Coffee podcast. It's your boy AB. Hope you guys stay safe.